Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What it be? What it do? It's your boy Keen Decker back at it again. We got ourselves an exciting night of League of Legends casting tonight. Actually, I'll put my webcam right in the middle here. All right, perfect. We have Team versus Team Scorch tonight. I'm actually really interested to see how the series goes. I'm going to post the League of Legends link just really quickly here. Also, just give me 1 second. All right. Copy that bad boy. Put this in. Everyone casting. Perfect. And then let me put this in the league server, the lolmidwest. But I hope everybody is having an amazing night tonight. Team versus Scorch. Perfect. All right, we are good to go. Casters. Okay. All right, perfect. Much love for casting. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just slid in the last second. No problem. No problem. I know that I thought that another game was going on tonight too that I wasn't sure that I was going to probably be able to make because I was probably going to play some Rainbow Six Siege tonight with some friends. But when the casting calls, you answer the call. Strange looking Siege game. Wait, is it marked for Rainbow Six Siege? But yeah, I'll be playing Siege after this bow tie. Let's see what we got here. Scorch versus Team. We start off with the Olaf ban, which is honestly this is more of a. I don't want to call Olaf more of a pocket pick, but Olaf is definitely one of those picks that you pick in top lane that can absolutely run the game if they get ahead. So somebody who's proficient in Olaf is really annoying to deal with. It's always a safe ban if somebody has a pocket pick Olaf. And the Tristana bin, which is pretty fairly standard. Tristana just offers a lot, whether it's from AD carry or mid lane. Just a very flexible pick, so it has a lot of value in bans. We see we see the Alistair next here. Let's go team, get that first win. This is quite the I don't want to say uphill battle, but this is like the story of kind of like underdog versus I think Scorch is only dropped one game thus far, if I remember correctly, going into this week. We got the Anivia ban. All right. But so far, you see the Tristana ban, the Ziggs ban. These aren't too unheard of, too uncommon. I mean, Ziggs is a little bit more of well, I shouldn't say niche. Oh, the Nami. Okay, so I mean, Nami is definitely to break up certain combos, specifically Lucian Nami, which has kind of made a bit of a resurgence. And Scorch is hovering. Okay, I was like, there's no way they pick first on the Jax here. Did they actually snag the Ezreal? They do pick the Jax first. Okay, some massive balls on the side of Scorch here. Jax, honestly, is a fairly safe pick. Is able to bully a decent amount of matchups, and if he's able to get steamrolling, he steamrolls. Yeah, Jax can be quite a bit of a problem, a bit of a ticking time bomb in top lane. We'll see what they match with. Scorch is like, hey, listen, we know you're probably going to give counterpick to one of the solo laners. We're just going to pick our top laner probably right here. And they lock in the Karma. Karma's a good flex pick. Karma can do a lot. Karma is a really good duelist in a solo lane, and she's also a very solid support in the bot lane, just to keep squishies very safe, especially keep a team more mobile as well. She is 100% a... I shouldn't say 100% a team pick, because she's very good in lane as well. She's not somebody who's going to solo kill a lot of people, but she's somebody who just doesn't really die in lane. And we have the Jarvan on team. Ooh. Did they actually lock in the Ezreal here? Did they lock in the Ezreal? Also, anybody who wants to co-cast is more than welcome to join. If somebody wishes to co-cast alongside of me, I know Josh is in a League of Legends match right now, so I wasn't able to get Josh, which I apologize for. But if anybody wishes to join, they're more than welcome. Ezreal and Kindred is the second lock-in. So I will say Scorch is really feeling themselves here with this Jax and Kindred pick. Ezreal is very much so a very safe pick. He's able to get his damage off very safely, and I think he's a very effective AD carry. Kindred and Jax rely on a lot of either just things going right, the team playing really well together, a lot of early game kind of gold going their way, because if Kindred is down early, we've seen it plenty of times. Kindred is very hard to pull off, especially against something like a Jarvan Malphite. However, if this Kindred is able to get rolling, it becomes extremely annoying for the side of Jarvan Malphite to have to dive in on them, because you're putting all your eggs in that basket, right? If you make that dive and you don't kill that Kindred, it's not good. So the Zyra ban, okay, and Xerath on the other side here for Scorch. Xerath is such a strong pick right now, I would say. I really do think that Xerath offers so much. And Heimerdinger. So you can see from team, it's pretty choreographed that they really want to go in, right? You have the Zyra ban and the Heimerdinger ban on the tail end here. That really spells the story of, like, we don't want anything stopping us from disengaging. You guys already have the Ezreal. You have the Kindred ulti for safety. Anything on top of that makes our life just a little bit more difficult and can really turn the sway of these team fights. Oh, they go with the Nyla! Oh, Sam! Okay. Damn. I want to say that Ezreal kind of wipes Nyla in lane. We'll see where this karma goes too, but I want to say that, like, really, like, if Karma's in bot lane supporting this Nyla, it becomes pretty easy for Nyla to kind of scale into the later parts of this game. Oh man, they pick Swain. What a solid pick against Nyla. Nyla is a champion that, like, hops in and murders somebody, right? She hops in, doesn't take any damage, murders somebody, offers support to her team as well, and just out-levels her AD carry for the most part. However, if you have something like Swain on the enemy side and Jax on the enemy side, alongside the Kindred ulti, it becomes exceptionally hard for Nyla to be able to pop off in these games. She's going to have to rely on, like, really doing well in lane, which is going to be hard against Ezreal. And we have it's Ezreal Zillion, so this is just a lot of added kind of safety net for this Ezreal to do kind of whatever he wants. Aurelion Sol, okay, it is Karma. Okay, this is actually good. A smart decision from team to kind of have this Karma as their first pick for a flex, because Nyla Karma should be able to survive lane, should be able to poke out Zillion Ezreal, and be able to maybe do something. This team is going to rely heavily on A, Nyla being able to do something in lane, and B, Aurelion Sol being able to scale into the late game. However, on the reverse side, you have a lot of scaling as well, right? You have Scorch, who has Jax, even Ezreal, Kindred, Swain, Zillion. Like, you have a lot of late game scaling on the side of Team Scorch. I'm not going to say that it's definitely, you know, favored for team. It's favored for Team Scorch in the later ends of this game, I would say, personally. And that's not to say that Team doesn't have a good late game comp here. But they really have to blow somebody up. It requires Malphite, Jarvan to be on the same page, and Aurelion Sol to be able to delete somebody, right? I like Scorch more, seems self-sufficient. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to go to. Scorch has... Okay, let's look at these matchups, first of all. Malphite Jax, it's not going to be too interesting. Malphite can kind of hold his own in the lane against Jax in the fact that he builds armor, he can kite Jax relatively effectively. He doesn't have to take any fights into Jax. And then you have the Aurelion Soul... What is this? Aurelion Soul Swain matchup. It's one of these situations that, like, you look at all the scaling on the side of Team Scorch, and if Team doesn't kind of run away with it early on, I think they just slowly accumulate objectives and win out on team fights in the later parts of this game. If this game is dead even at 20 minutes, I find it like 80 to 20 on the side of Team Scorch in just draft alone. Team really has to play their heart out here in the early parts of this game in order to be able to pull this off, I think. I just think that Team Scorch has an easier comp to pull off. And typically speaking, when you have an easier comp to be able to pull off, you see teams be able to do a little bit better. Those teams usually have a little bit more of a success rate. However, anything is possible in the League of Legends universe. In the Rec League universe. Give me 1 second. Let me get the game up on the screen here. Let me get the game up on the screen. Or rather, draft, I should say. I'm not seeing draft, actually. Hold on. There it is. Perfect. I might have to readjust my camera here. Hopefully this is in and around where it's supposed to be. I hope. But what are we thinking about here, chat? Oh, wait, it's Ezreal mid? Oh! Oh my god. That's even worse. That might even be, like, that might even be worse. Having Ezreal into Asol is kind of one thing. Ezreal, we'll see what he can do against Aurelion Sol. I don't think he's going to really bully Aurelion Sol a crazy amount. If Aurelion Sol, what I will say is in this mid lane matchup, if Aurelion Sol is able to get ahead, he's going to be able to do. He's going to be unleashed on this map. If Aurelion Sol gets like maybe 2 kills in lane here, you will see him top lane. You will see him bottom lane. He will be able to affect the map. So it's a little bit more of a dangerous strategy in the fact that Aurelion Sol can be unleashed. However, in this bot lane, Nyla gets to do... Oh, man, actually, no. I mean, Nyla gets like a pretty decent amount of MR just from pressing W alone. I don't think Nyla's going to die in this lane with this Karma. I think the Karma was such a solid pick. Damn, I really... Okay, I do have to change my mind here. I do think that the Ezreal Zillion is better than the Swain Zillion. I have to say that. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, AP carries in the bot lane have had tremendous success rate. Whether it's from, I mean, in the past, like you have Karthus, you have Swain, you have Ziggs, who's another huge one. Even Seraphine back in the day. There are a lot of AP carries that can really just do super well and excel in bot lane matchups. But I think in this one, Nyla is a pretty solid pick in the fact that you have the Nyla Karma who's happy to kind of scale against Zillion Swain. It's really funny in the fact that Nyla gives her and her support more EXP, and then Zillion's going to be dumping levels into Swain. So I think Nyla and Swain should be relatively even leveled when it gets to level 6, but I just don't see Swain Zillion killing Nyla. I don't know. What do we think, chat? Whose draft do we like better? I initially thought that Team Scorch had the better approach to the comp. However, I think that Team can find an in here in the early game and mid game to be able to push this to a pretty quick game. It depends on how well they play here. Go Swain. I used to love old Swain. I'm not gonna lie. Ez mid is worrying me. Me too, a little bit. I actually like Ezreal mid. I don't mind it at all. I mean, Ezreal mid in the past was totally fine. He was a very self-sufficient solo laner. Doesn't really die. But I feel like Ezreal excels with a support. I feel like Ezreal just needs a little bit under his belt before he can really start to do something. And by the time that Ezreal gets his items, you see other mid laners start to build their items, and it becomes kind of like, I don't know, it nullifies it a bit, in my opinion at least. Knowing how Scorch likes to play, I like the Scorch draft. I mean, Scorch, not for nothing. Scorch has been playing really, really phenomenally. So this is definitely on Team's side to, if they want to win this game, they need to be able to do it early. Jarvan has to be proactive. Aurelion Sol needs to get ahead. Nyla cannot die in lane. Those are the stipulations. Like, Malphite Jax, I really don't think a lot is going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you, but we'll see. We shall see. But we're hopping into game one here. And I'm excited for how this starts. I'm trying to think early invades. I don't think these teams are invading at one another. I mean, maybe with the Malphite speed up with like a Q. I don't know. I just don't see a really strong invade on either side. Scorch really don't push bot lane 2v2. They're happy to just sit back and chill while my man Johnson top lane. That's true. I mean, Lionel Johnson has been insane, to say the least. He's been really, really dominant. He's not afraid to take fights, which is what we love to see out of the top lane. Some really, really big balls. Give me 1 second. I just want to get League up on the screen here. Hopefully, yeah, it did. Okay. And my camera is actually pretty much in the perfect position. It's like, oh, sorry, that's not in the perfect position. There it is. We are into game one here, ladies and gentlemen. Team versus Team Scorch. We see a 5-man fan out in the very beginning here on both sides. Jarvan in the mid lane. Bro, I miss the days of AP Jarvan. It never really was a thing, but AP Jarvan was so fun. CLT! Oh! All right. A little bit of early game just trading in damage here. And just a group up in mid lane in general after a kind of a chaotic start. Also, like I said, if anybody wants to join me for Game 2 for casting, you are more than welcome to. Like I said, Josh was in a league game, so I wasn't able to get Josh. I saw that he was busy, so I don't really want to interrupt him. They do get something to note is they do have a ward here in on Alves. Right on his red buff, so they'll be able to see him starting this red buff, which is, I mean, this is extreme value, right? He's starting chickens, and then he's lastly heading up to red buff. They know 100% he's on this side of the map, right? Normally, if you put a trinket on red buff, or a buff in general, they're starting that buff, other than really, you know, this season. They're starting that buff. And they could go buff to buff and then gank another lane. But now we have a lot of chicken starts. We have a lot of starts that are other than a buff. So towards the later end of this ward, they know 100% that Jarvan's going up to his Krugs here, making a full clear. Man, that's such a value on that ward. Yeah, Lionel Johnson has been a stud for this game, for this team rather. He skipped red second, opted for Raptors into Krugs. Yeah, I find that interesting. That puts him lower. And I think it makes Jax play slightly more safe because they saw him roam up there. I mean, it's a good adjustment. I don't know if he knew that that ward was there, but they know that he definitely had to grab that buff. So Jax has to play a little bit more safe. You saw that he put that trinket up in top side once he saw that he skipped his red. So he's like, okay, I guess I have to play a little bit more safe. Now we can start to hop on him. He knows that if he's not at his bottom side here, that he's probably trolling. And CLT takes quite a bit of damage from Tem. Classic Malphite counterplay, ladies and gentlemen. He's out of mana, though. He can't really... Ooh. So ballsy. So ballsy. Seven bypasses a lot of the wave just to get that cannon minion. And we see that Zillion, Swain do have the push advantage on Nyla. At this interval of the game, they're really doing a good job at poking her out. That's what you have to do early. You absolutely have to early. What's up, Mike, Brady, Joe? I'm glad one of us does. I've got balls. Let's go. Elves! Oh, a nice tether from Pens is going to force out the flash here. They're still on the chase. Boonstra doesn't get the sidestep back. Jarvan goes for the flash EQ. Boonstra is stuck onto the Karma Slow. They're under tower here. They get the grab back, but not on the target that they want. And that is a 1-for-0 with first blood for the side of Team. Nice gank from Elves. And that mitigates so much of what Boonstra and Calico want to do in this lane here early on. I love Jarvan. Jarvan's so fun. Interesting that A solo is pushed in and not the other way around. I agree, actually, yeah. I mean, I attribute that, I think, to Ezreal. You see that he's relatively low mana. He's just using his Qs off cooldown here and using that attack speed buff to just shove the wave, it looks like. Alves doing some window shopping, getting caught out by Rusty Crow. Jarvan is not, he does not have enough DPS. He obviously has CDs here. And that forces Seven to actually TP to the secondary tower. It shouldn't cost him too much, but it's these little things that do end up adding up. Rough with the force flash. Yep. Yeah, definitely. And Seven has a bit of an awkward situation here. We have Jax on level 6. He hops right on top of him. Sees that Seven is not level 6 yet. However, he is playing in his wave now. That should be the gist of it, but it's still, oh my god, look at that wave placement. It is frozen directly under tower for Malphite, and he does not have teleport this time. Oh no, bro. Pens, getting some good damage onto Calico, manages to avoid the stun, it looks like here, but takes a fair amount of damage in return. And if you are on the side of Team, you are just looking to scale right now. You are looking to escape this early game, get into the mid game, get Jarvan somewhere else, and abuse a laner. Obviously, you see that this Ezreal is farming like crazy. He is very much so ahead of his lane opponent here with about a 500 gold advantage. However, really, really nice look here from the side of Team, picking up this dragon, seeing that they had back timers kind of timed out here. And CLT is baiting Tem here. He's trying to get him to dash forward. Seven gets a dash in with his ulti, but CLT wasn't even close. I think there was a bit of a miscoordination on that play. Ooh, Alves trying to dip out of the way. Ezreal tags him with the ulti! And that is the power of Ezreal's solo lane. Has just a little bit more oomph on that ulti. And now we see Pens getting grabbed, stunned up, and just grabbed right back into the team, and that's not what you want early on in this bot lane if you are on the side of Team. Nice answer back from Boonstra and Calico, as well as Tem just getting a massive ulti there. Yeah, if you're Ezreal AD carry, you don't get to do that type of damage early on because you don't have ulti yet, right? Alves fighting over this red buff here. It does go over to Alves, and we have 7 on the chase here, but we see Rusty Crow was able to dash himself right over the wall here. Pens once again getting grabbed up this bot lane tower. Ezreal dashes in! Oh! Aurelion Soul ulti just barely misses as Ezreal flashes out of the way. And I mean, Tem has a massive HP advantage, and he still has mana to work with here. If you're CLT, you're basically just looking to clear this wave, get out of here, go back. He doesn't have TP, but sometimes you just have to take the L. Oh! Manages to stop the beat. I think he might have even gotten first strike gold off of that one. Unbelievable. You were in a game. Cast with me game 2. Pen manages to get the tether, but he's still under Boonstra's ulti. Meanwhile, nice preemptive ulti from 7 here. Alves gets a nice dive in on Lionel Johnson. He doesn't have the ward, but both of them get stuck in the Jarvan ulti. Lionel Johnson with a nice flash, and Jarvan just did not have the reaction time to cut his ulti. Oh, man. That is a heartbreaker if you are, if you're red here, team. Karma doing her best to try to steal these camps away. Obviously, CLT roaming and trying to rotate to support his jungler from getting this buff stolen. That feels pretty bad early on. If there's a lull, Josh, I'll be able to add you too. Don't play another league game. If you want to join at least. It's up to you. All right. Trying to wrestle back a little bit of control here. We have nearly a 5k gold lead for the side of Team Scorch. They have been making this just comp work very well for them in these solo lanes. Like Kindred has not needed to really do much of anything here. And that's Jarvan really trying to kind of affect the map too. It's just these solo lanes have been so strong. Sorry, not even the solo lanes, but bot lane as well. Been so strong. Look at these gold leads across the board here. I mean, just look at that. It's solid right across the board. This is Jarvan, who has had a lot of kind of just interaction and gank potential. He's been trying his heart out to try to gank for his team, and even he is down in gold. Yeah, the tower plate advantage is pretty crazy. That Rift Herald kind of chunking out bot lane here. Also, big comeback from Scorch. Oh, yeah. From the first blood. Nice dash away from Nyla here. Rusty Crow dashing in. They managed to grab Pens, exhaust him, and the slow is just enough. Meanwhile, topside Lionel Johnson is just such a monster. You see, it's 91-39 in CS, and he's finally picked up his first kill. And just look at that gold disadvantage. He has a... A good try from Alves, but the minion wave was still there. He tried to trap him with the ulti, but Jarvan... I mean, Jack said, hey, you're stuck in here with yourself, not with me. Jax has multiple ways to hop out. Obviously, the flash was down, but he had a ward to kind of queue out in. This is rough. But you see where this Jarvan's focus has been as well. He's really, really trying to gank this top lane, which I think is a bit of a lost cause. If you're Jarvan at this point, here you are. Okay, it's a little bit too late as it's a 2v4 under tower here. Tem pumping out the damage here. Let's see how much he can do. Boonstra flashes forward to secure the kill, and they should be able to take this mid lane tower. Rusty Crow running away from Pens, but he does not have the DPS to be able to stick on Rusty Crow here. Doesn't even, he did actually end up popping the ulti. That is what Jarvan needed to be doing probably earlier on here. A nice ulti from 7 here to get quite a lot of damage in on Zilean. He still has the ulti here, though. Doesn't really have to worry about popping it. Can stay far back here and just buff Boonstra as much as possible. The tower is still standing, but you have to wonder for how long. Lionel Johnson, an absolute menace in this top lane. He is really dictating the flow of this game. And once he is unleashed on this map, I fear what happens in these team fights. And he's just going to have to, yeah. He's going to have to give that tower up. A nice stun from Lionel Johnson. 7 is walking away. They're really trying to stop this bleeding, but they have to decide on what front they want to do it. They're not going to be able to get everything here. Unless Blue gets a little bit cocky. They're going to feel that big Johnson coming down on, that's for sure. Alves gets a nice dive in on Lionel Johnson, but he does not have the support here. Now we have the breath coming in from Azul, but it is Alves versus Lionel Johnson here. A nice double grab! Is that going to be enough? Lionel Johnson is still just absolutely massacring these teammates here. They give him the resurrection. He's going to be able to stay alive from Zilean, and that's a double kill going to Boonstra, and Scorch is running this game. This is a 10K gold lead at 15 minutes. Jeez, brother. Man. That's tough. That's tough. Boonstra, yeah, I mean, Boonstra, that's the thing, right? Is Boonstra got big enough to the point where CLT is not going to matter until 3 items. If they're even close on the same gold wavelength here, which is, it's probably not going to happen. Nyla's useless. Nyla can't do anything right now. Nyla is not going to be able to do anything for a long time. You see her getting bullied out wherever she goes. She can't do anything to... Ooh! Ezreal ulti! Coming through! It manages to snipe her from half the map away! Tem with an absolute just snipe from just forever away. And that's what I love to see. That's why I love to see Ezreal's played. Ezreal, you do not have to be scared to throw that ulti whenever you please, especially when you have that first strike on the line. It just snowballs from here? I think so. Team is really giving it their best here. I want to see what their play is to get back into this game. They have to give something up. Topside is washed. Sorry, not washed in the fact that 7 is washed. No, I don't mean that. But I mean in this matchup, Malphite does not get to do anything here. That is going to be a complete wash. Alves is diving in on Ezreal, but what can he do? Pens does dodge out, but he misses his enhanced Q. Pens is the next to go here. That is not going to kill Ezreal. He's going to be able to survive that take damage. If J4 hard committed to bot instead of top, I think this game could look very different. I agree, because I think bottom lane had a lot of potential, and I don't think Karma Nyla should have gotten that battered down. I think, or if he was able to get on this Ezreal just early on, Ezreal was pushed in constantly, right? I know that Aurelion Sol can't offer a lot, but Jarvan can. Jarvan is so good in this early game. If he's able to hit an EQ flag drag combo, he could have really changed the tide of this game, but he spent a lot of time topside. Did a good job, not for nothing. Like, he really was trying to help out his team as much as possible, but I just think his time was better spent elsewhere. He didn't get those kills, and his bot side suffered. Yep, I would definitely agree with you. I would definitely agree with you. Rusty Crow waiting in the sidelines here. He has Jarvan marked. He's waiting for him. But he says, hey, I'll take the support if I have to here. Ezreal ulti comes through. Chunks Mega Verge out for half of his HP. Pens is the sacrificial lamb. Alves jumps in and says, I'm going to probably be next here. Malphite ulti is a bit late. A double kill already for Kindred. She pops the ulti, keeps herself safe. Rusty Crow, is he going to be able to survive here? Flashes out, and that is going to be an ace. A triple kill for Kindred as they are barreling down this mid lane with Rift Herald. Oh my god. And Scorch is looking unstoppable. Yeah, that was great bait and switch Kindred play. All right. Boonstra saying, you know what? The tower, I don't even care about it. I'll take a shot or two. What's Ezreal building here? He has his Trinity Force. He already has his Man Immune fully built up here. And he has, I mean, the big thing is that he also had... Oh my god! This is what I'm talking about. 1Q, ladies and gentlemen. Just chunked out the 80 carry to half HP. That is the value of Ezreal when he's able to get ahead. All right. We have 2 teleports from Tem and Lionel Johnson. Tem didn't even have an offensive summoner here in this game, and he just absolutely just went crazy. Lionel Johnson running interference, trying to keep Alves out of the pit here. Alves is running around as best as he possibly can. He's going to take a lot of damage, hops in early, just kind of has to guesstimate how low Baron is. And they're just going to have to give that one up. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to get that. Yeah, that's insane damage. That's nutty damage. And this is going in on almost a 20k gold lead. Chat. That is insane. Obviously, you have the additional gold rolling down through mid lane. But now they have Baron. This game is all but over. It's going to take a miracle from the side of Team to be able to bring this one back. And not for nothing, I really like watching this team play. I think these guys are really, really fun to play. Or sorry, really, really fun to watch play. A nice Malphite ulti. Just unfortunately, he gets deleted before anything else is able to happen. Probably calls it out a little bit too late for his team. And now they're getting dove here. Pens is the next to go down. A nice Nyla ulti to drag them back into a tower that is no longer there. And CLT is doing his best to chunk down Rusty Crow. However, the Kindred ulti gets dropped. And that is going to be game 1, ladies and gentlemen. A 22k almost gold lead to end game 1. Damn. That is quite the start. I'm interested to see what Team makes for an adjustment here. I wonder if they take blue side this time around and just take the Ezreal. If you're the side of Team, just take that Ezreal. If you're proficient on it, play it. The game is completely frozen. We'd love to see that. Again, props to the Swain for turning bot lane with his EXP advantage. Oh, yeah, for sure. Across the board, too. Scorch just played so solid. And we saw a lot of little highlights from the side of Team. A lot of good moments that could have translated to something, but they were so far behind. It was so hard to make a comeback from there. All right, so let's get League back up on the screen here. We're waiting for the invites for Game 2. I think the teams are going to take just a second to themselves just to talk things over. Ez is a D tier champion, I don't care. Ezreal is one of the best champions in the game, and he has been for a long time. I say that from the bottom of my heart as an AD carry player who loves DPS AD carries, who loves crit carries, loves those Jinx carries. I love playing Vayne. Ezreal is bar none one of the best champions in the game. Poo poo caca keen? No! No. What do you say when your mom says she's praying for you? My mom says that all the time. And at this point, I just texted back, peace be with you. Yeah. I'm praying for you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you. Ez stinky, keen stinkier. I smell pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I smell minty fresh. All right. Will Team be able to make the chum back in Game 2, make a good adjustment? I don't think Team's draft was terrible. Like I said, Scorch just had a better draft. The Ezreal Swain switch I don't think was optimal, but they made it work really, really well. Get Josh in here before I decide to take a spot. Yeah, let me call Josh. I like how Josh just said, wow. I'm like, Josh, you were like 10 minutes into a League game. What do you mean? Let's see if he answers. Mr. Sherbert.
Can't believe you would do this to me twice.
Okay, to be fair, I had about maybe 8 minutes to get back home. That's when I knew that this game was going to happen. And you were in a League match when I got home. So so perhaps cope and see. Josh, what do you have to say about that game?
Say about what?
That game.
I didn't see it. I was making food.
I see.
Yep.
I understand.
I did see at some point it was like what, 19-1?
It was like 22K by the end of it.
Oh. Well, let's see how they bounce back there, Jim.
Yep. I'm interested to see. I want to see the adjustments. I'm going to stream it for you. Actually, let me invite you. Do that instead.
Just invite me. I'm already in the client, you know, with the already being in a game. I was already in the client ready to do this before you were, so.
I don't know what you do.
Whatever.
It was 1-0, then it was 24-1.
Yeah, seems about right.
Are they allowed to forfeit? Yeah, any team is allowed to forfeit, but if teams forfeit, they're cowards. So.
Yeah. Then that says all you need to know about them as a team, and they ain't gonna make it. They ain't got that mental.
Always play your games out. Never surrender, chat. I don't care how bad it gets.
You'll learn more from losses than you do victories. And sometimes you get a 40-minute banger.
True. /FF. Oh no. Oh no.
Na 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 na, bitch, baby, bitch, baby, bitch, baby.
Also, we will be streaming Rainbow Six after this stream here. So if you enjoy Rainbow Six Siege content, make sure to tune in. Bless you.
That was a cough, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, who's this? Who's this?
Good idea.
Yay, Rainbow Six. There we go. Sometimes you learn you should have FF'd 15 minutes earlier. No. Because you never know. Listen, I don't know any clairvoyance. Any person who tells me that they know the future, they're probably full of shit.
Well, I mean, they also took that out of the game, so.
What's that?
I said they also took that out of the game, so.
True. True.
Like forever ago.
I had a bong rip for the first time, Keen. I am now a true American.
What?
That's the most American thing you can do, I tell you what. Besides cheeseburgers and apple pie, toting guns.
I think I don't like apple pie as much as I should.
Let me see if I can get spectate. I had a burger too. God bless you. Cause I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the legends who died to make me also feed. Okay, we're in the draft here.
Thank goodness. It's dangerous to click on links inside of this client. Are you sure you want to do that? Olaf ban.
Yeah, we got the Olaf ban. This has actually been something that they banned out in game 1. Team also banned out the Tristana first pick here. I mean, Olaf has been like a not unpopular ban in the fact that it's just really annoying to deal with in top lane if somebody knows what they're doing. Ban Jax Holy. Jax was a big problem, but Jax was also a big problem because they tried too much. They tried way too hard to put that Jax down. I mean, you saw that Lionel Johnson was an absolute terror and a monster on it. And I think that it's 100% ban-worthy, but I think it only got worse by the fact that they tried to gank it over and over and over again.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Why are they not banning Jax yet?
Yeah, Jax was scary. Scary.
Wow.
Team also, let's keep this in mind that Team,
okay,
there we go. There's the Jax ban. Team also opted to go red side again here.
They want that counter pick.
They want the counter pick, but I think Ezreal was such a big problem in game 1 on top of everything else. I just, yep, there it is.
Yeah, let's see. If you go blue side, you basically get 4 bans.
They're starting off the almost salty run back here. I mean, the Ezreal is picked first over the Jax, but we have the Karma on the reverse side. I think Karma was a decent pick. It kept Nyla very, very safe in lane. However, Karma got grabbed quite a few times by that Swain. Boonstra was playing out of his mind, just snagging people left and right. So.
Fortunately, not Viego.
I don't think Scorch plays Trist, but yeah, top is suffering in the 1v1. Yep. The early Jin Zhao, I think, is totally fine, and they counter pick with they take the Viego. Viego can work. I really do think that Viego can work. I worry about Viego sometimes early in draft. Especially when you don't see what an enemy team kind of has to work with. Xin Zhao, it works into it. Obviously, you don't want to play Viego into something like Warwick or like Renekton, something that like stuns him up for half a century, chunks out 3/4 of his HP and is just done with him. The Draven Karma. Oh man. I have to give it to Team. They have balls on the on their end as well. Scorch may have first picked Jax for game 1, but they picked Draven Karma when they had a bad time in in bot lane. If I was team, not to say that anybody is a bad player whatsoever. Like all these players in this rec league play very, very well. But if you got that put down in bot lane, you're playing weak side. I mean that's what I think. Like if I get beaten in bot lane like that, I'm like, nope. Let's figure something else out. I mean, maybe they'll dump their eggs in the Draven basket here and help him out to get ahead. But it's against Zillion Ezreal.
I mean, I feel like your axes are just gonna give away where you're gonna step, so
yeah,
easy.
Qs from Ezreal, Qs from Zillion, double Qs. They better Giga commit to this bot lane. That's it. Yeah, I mean it has to be.
Is Draven even in a good spot right now?
He is. I mean, like, Draven's not bad. Like Draven right now is actually. I don't think he's as good as what people kind of hype him up to be. I think you have to be a really good Draven player to be able to pop off on Draven. I see him picked way more often than he actually should be, but he is in a good spot. Draven is S+ tier because of Triforce. I mean, that definitely makes sense. Man, I've seen a lot of Dravens kind of just get bullied, and not really get to shine.
Actually, I'm kind of sad. I haven't been able to try the Jarvan or Hecarim with the new Sphere Sojin.
Karma flex to mid. Good choice. I think good choice. And it's actually Ezreal bot lane this time. Yeah, it's this Ezreal Zillion versus Draven Nautilus. So the Nautilus is a good pick. They have a lot more potential to be able to do something in this lane. They have to commit bot lane. Karma is going to be able to hold her own, most likely against Ahri. She's going to get pushed in a little bit, most likely. But she should be able to stay alive and just do well in this lane. Then you have Jace, Cho'Gath, top lane. I am a Cho'Gath lover.
Same.
A Cho'Gath lover.
Cho'Gath's great.
I'm less of a Jace lover. However, Jace can dominate games. And on a carry like Lionel Johnson, I will say the sore spot on this comp is the Viego. I will say it's the Viego. I mean, what do you do as Viego here, right? You have Ezreal, Ahri, Jace, who can maneuver themselves around the fight very, very easily with Zillion. Hopefully Zillion's able to speed up this Viego. Viego, if he is ahead of his team, is going to get his ass murdered.
I mean, I guess like it just comes down to they got to make sure they have the flank angles. Zillion ulti can try and get Viego to the back line because Draven's not going to be able to run away without flash very easily. So I'm assuming that's kind of be the biggest thing. Because Viego going towards the Cho'Gath late game probably ain't going to do it. Nautilus late game is probably going to be difficult, but depends on how ahead he can get.
Can Cho survive against Mr. Johnson is the question. It depends on how well he can play Cho. I would say yes. I think Cho is fine into Jace. Jace has to get relatively close to his minions. Cho is more than happy to just stay kind of right in melee minion territory. Poke with his E. If he can hit even one E, it makes things a little bit easier. Obviously, when Jace transforms, it gets a little bit of a range advantage on him. It becomes annoying. But I don't think that Jace has as much of an advantage in this scenario as Lionel Johnson had in Game 1. I mean, obviously, you had Malphite who could stay safe in lane. But I think Cho'Gath should be able to stay a little bit safer against Jace. Especially if he saves his Qs, doesn't try to kill Jace. If he doesn't try to kill Jace and plays weak side, I think he's fine. But we'll see.
I believe.
I like this comp better, though, from Team. I think they have a little bit more of an opportunity here. They have to dump their eggs in this Draven basket 100-fold. If your Zin's out, and this is something that Scorch knows too. Like if you look at this team draft, who else is supposed to carry this game? There's literally nobody. Like it's just Draven. So we'll see. We'll see how well team team can play around Draven here.
I was saying, because team does at least have like a has like a, I would argue, a well-ish rounded team comp, because since out it still does a decent amount of damage while being tanky.
Yep, Cho'Gath does good.
Did good damage tanky. There's no front line on the other side.
That's why I said that Viego is really scary.
Yeah.
Like Viego, if he's ahead of his team and Zillion's like not there to just click R, he can get blown up.
It is weird because it does look like it's just a poke maneuver comp and then Viego.
Yeah. Also, do you want to give me your cam?
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Who doesn't want to see Josh? Mr. Sherbert.
The way my webcam sets up is that it's just barely out of, or it like just barely covers the timers for Baron and Dragon, so I have to tip it up every time I play. Also, I enjoy the fact that my my webcam now is always showing underneath the Discord.
Oh shoot! Hold on. I don't know why this happens now.
I don't know either. It was happening during Mars Dungeon 2, but luckily I have my name underneath there, my nameplate. But at least it's not right on my forehead, you know? That's the best part.
That is nice. It's a little bit more zoomed out. Beichel says, I will carry them. I am Draven.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe.
But who do we think takes game 2 here, chat? Well, first I will say, who do you think has the better comp in this situation? And then who do you think takes game 2? I think with the performance that Scorch showed and how well put together they are as a team, they've been looking so unstoppable. Who did they drop a game to, by the way? I'm trying to remember who Scorch dropped a game to thus far. Yeah.
I'd have to look at the names. I don't remember.
I agree, Wiz. Yeah. I think that they have a harder...
Brain, yep.
Yep. Damn, yeah. It's...
Yeah, it's... Come on, Kane, you gotta get it. Can Team Scorch keep the momentum going after that first massive victory over Team, or can Team recoup? Get that mental back together and show them they came to play and they mean business and they're gonna have a better team comp this time. Can they pull it off?
So yeah, only dropped a game to a series to Small Brain. That's crazy.
So clearly, this is a team that knows what they're doing.
I will state too. I think I haven't seen if any of the other teams have played, but I think is it a 4-way tie at first place right now?
I have no idea. I don't know where to get the.
I think it's Scorch, Small Brain, Sasagio, and what was the other team?
Where do we find the
Ghost, right, it was Ghost, yeah. 4-way tie. Oh, it's so exciting. I love these matchups, bro. When it gets towards the later ends of the season and everything is this close, it's so hyphy.
Is the link?
It's in the Discord. But I always keep it because I type in just Battlefy. It always pops it up for me. That's how I have it like saved on my computer. I'm like, oh, type in BA and it's right there.
Gotcha.
Team Sasagio play Ghost Monday, so we'll have 3 teams at 4-1 if Scorch wins this series. That's crazy. We're also casting, I'll tell you ahead of time, Josh, we're going to be casting Monday as well.
Okay.
I think it's at 9 p.m.
It's a 4-way tie for second.
Oh,
Not first.
wait, what's first then?
Small Brain with 4 wins.
Well, that's
And
true because
then-
they did already play this
Yep.
this week, but yeah.
Oh, so there's a possible 4-way tie. Yeah, because then
Yep.
it's Scorch, Shinzo, Team Ghost, and Sad Jellyfish tied for second. Homie Humpers and Mug Blooded American tied for third, and then Team in last.
We already see that Team is setting up an invade here. I think this is smart. On the reverse side, they definitely know with Nautilus that they want to invade, so they're stacking up here, just trying to get the. Ooh, this is good positioning too from the side of Scorch. Smart. They dropped a ward you see in this Krug bush down here. And they spot him out early. So smart. What a play.
Boy.
Now they know that they can kind of stick in this brush. They know that they're coming. Do they actually check in? 7 gets charmed. Ari starts charm here. Rusty Crow gets the reset. Jace is going to get first blood, and that is just so bad. That is so rough.
It's a rough start right there. Also, you're gonna have to tell me where you're at because I am way ahead of you.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Mega gets stunned up here. He's going to have to flash out of the way. And that's disastrous. That is already a massive lead. Albs is waiting. There are 3 people here.
Ooh, boy, howdy.
He is waiting in this brush, which is the
Rusty
smart
Crow
play. He
is
needs
low.
to wait longer. He gets the...
He doesn't even get the buff. Oof.
Oh, Rusty Crow gets the buff.
So questionable.
He's gonna have to flash out of the way. Tem still has, he still has charm, but it's not gonna reach. I mean, they get the exhaust, but that's not even close to worth it.
Yeah. Trying to make that invade worth, but there's a certain point where you gotta cut your losses. Because now you're starting super down. Wow, Viego opted to just go straight topside, not even gonna do any more of his...
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't have to. Then Johnson just... Oh, man.
Nice hook from Nautilus here. We have a lot of early game trading here. Mega gets the resets. He's going to be able to get the kill on Boonstrut, and this is what you need if you are Team.
There you go. Team already just like, all right, we got this. We'll be fine. Well played by them.
I'm already crazy.
All right, so I get to join in for another almost 40 kill on both side game. I'm here for it.
Oh man, that's so rough.
Just finish his, yeah, I mean he did his grump first, so that's why it took so long. But even still, that is I guess he's not technically too far behind. No, he's pretty far behind Viego. You guys already got a second buff.
Oh, Jace getting a little cocky here.
Yeah.
Does not respect the Q reset. Ooh, that's rough though.
It looked like he was kind of relying on the minions there to do a bunch of damage. See, now there's the I don't have a full understanding of how much damage my champion can do, so I couldn't have pulled anything like that off and lived. All right, so kudos to him for being able to just kind of do whatever he wanted there.
This is more so what you're looking for CLT too. This is just matched up right in the mid wave here. He's not having to play under tower as a soul, which was pretty hard. I mean that's never fun. 7 with some exceptional greed here gets
here. Oh yeah, that's
massively punished.
No mana, pushed up way too far.
What was one of the first things I said at the beginning of the game? It was as long as Cho'Gath does not try to get aggressive on this Jace and try to throw his Qs on him, he should be totally fine in this lane. Like he just has to play. Yeah. He has to be able to play weak side. Unless he knows for certain he can get a kill on him.
Which he's not level 6 yet, so very hard to guarantee that.
Don't get me wrong. I've been the on that side as well. I've definitely taken some trades that I absolutely should not have. So
It's, you know, it happens to all of us. Sometimes you just feel the call. Limit testing. Another
Yeah, limit testing.
You know, it's fine.
Lionel Johnson now has. Ooh.
So yeah, serrated Dirk lanes over to his mana crystal. Sure, we have to be lucky to do anything without.
Oh, misses the Q here, and yeah, Jace does not have to be scared here. He can just hop right in on 7, bounces him back, does not get hit by the Q, and is gonna actually take the solo kill. Rusty Crow is able to finish off with the passive double tap.
Wow, and the Karma Flash out of it too. Ooh, here we go with the engage on the bot side. Hex Flash.
Mega is playing out of his mind. They need to be able to utilize this man.
Yeah,
this bot lane is playing as aggressively as possible, which is what they have to do, but they're just not getting resources at the moment.
He didn't see us though.
Oh, definitely.
So Draven already having his Sheen. Let's see, how many stacks does Draven have? So Draven's at 102 adoration right now. So he's gonna be happy to get another
Yeah, another kill here. Just to
Hey, Zinzal's getting Drake right now though, so that's gonna actually look like it's pretty free because Woody's in the area.
Yeah, Viego's not in the area. Cho'Gath is going to ward. I think he's throwing. Oh my god.
He's level 6, so he might be able to, you know, he's gonna grab the fruit. I'm not entirely sure why.
Cho'Gath is deep as hell. He's throwing it up for this blue buff that's going to be coming up soon. Luckily, CLT with the magic fingers here dodges out of the Ari charm. Is not going to be enough though. Wow.
Oh wait. Oh, almost gets a return kill, but
so close.
Unfortunate. And you were worried about this Viego pick. We'll see how it is in the mid game. Hopefully the early game will get him ahead enough that he won't have to worry too much.
Not necessarily worried with the way Scorch has been playing, but worried about the way it fits in the comp here for sure.
100%. Let it be known, just because it's working doesn't mean it was the best pick.
I've learned that many times.
Is he just gonna dive him? Like, does he just not care? Ooh, out.
So much damage.
Yeah.
And 7 does not have TP to get back in the lane here. He's just being punished, constantly getting shoved in.
GLT will not be backing down, though. I mean, that's the reason that I used to pick Cho'Gath.
Uses the silence and the Q. He has a free in to just go in.
There it is. Yep. That was a just hold on to your abilities.
Oh, thank God that Q does not land from Pens. They see the Viego. Sorry, the Viego mist come through.
Ooh, Draven's playing way up. He gets out just fine, but whew. That is the champion that needs to play safe.
All right.
Sitting in a nice clean 140, 142 stacks.
And once
now, bot lane able to get pretty aggressive too.
Yeah, definitely.
Scorch.
Pens is still not level 6 here yet, so they can't really be aggressive. If you're on the side of Team Scorch, you're feeling pretty safe in bot lane here with this Ezreal and Zillion ulti.
Hopefully he'll be 6 by the time this minion wave is done. Nope. I'll say that's one thing too. Is wish there was a way to be able to look at.
Oh no.
EXP.
Dash in, exhaust. Meanwhile, Pens is clearing a ward up here. Gets level 6 off of it, actually. He's getting dashed in on. He has his cooldowns available, but he's not sticking on him. I think that's probably the safe call. they might have been able to actually kill, but
You have the
it would
lead.
have been
You
tough.
don't need. Yeah, you already have the lead. Don't need to risk it for anything too crazy.
Oh, I mean
Kind of a-
Pens and Draven.
Oh, gotcha.
I think they had the opportunity to kill that Viego, but they
Yeah.
probably just didn't know where everybody else was. Safer call.
I mean, I was surprised that Pence kept going for the ward after seeing the miss. That was.
Nice silence from 7. He's still going to take a massive amount of damage from Jace. Lionel Johnson having his way. And, yeah. It just gets rougher from here.
I would say it's it'll be interesting to see how Team Team goes back into this because I still got high hopes.
Alves is finally here in bot lane. He does have Rift Herald, and they have a back timer to work with. They'll be able to give turret plating. Jeez, never mind. Yeah, teleport from Ezreal. Get himself right back in lane. I mean, they still get turret plating, but they're just, yeah, there's not much they're really going to be able to get.
Unless Nautilus has a demolish proc of some kind.
We have Viego hopping right in on Pens here. Rusty Crow gets a massive amount of damage. A nice ultimate from... Oh, both sides.
Ooh, Rusty Crow almost goes down.
Rusty Crow does almost end up going down
Oh.
here. We have Tem on the back end here. Karma
They
is...
just can't get to you. Draven.
CLT is kind of wondering whether he should come down here or not. Kind of stuck in transition.
I said that looked like that should have been an easy win for Team Scorch there.
Alves is still here on the sidelines. Does he actually have the... No, he used the ulti. They should know, by the way, Mega is playing, the fact that he doesn't have any mana, that Alves should still be here. However, they just used the Zillion speed up. Yep. Since I'm not going to really be able to do anything here.
But hopefully he can get this scuttle without too much of a hassle. He is down 30 CS on that Viego though. That
Yeah,
does not feel good.
let's look at these gold leads. Yeah, it's Draven is the only one that's even. And that was with kind of not really any support. I mean, other than that Rift Herald, right?
This Jace is such a bully. But to be fair, it is funny how it is 7-1, and it seems like Team Scorch has such a lead, but they've shown that they're still having a hard time getting stuff from the bot lane, especially if Draven's there. So Draven's
Nice
certainly
hook
doing
from
his job.
Pens here to keep Boonstra from getting to the dragon. And now they have the go-ahead. Alves is taking a massive amount of damage, though. Keep an eye on how low he is. If he goes down, they're not going to be able to get this dragon. Here it is! He smites it! But it goes over to Rusty Crow.
That was,
I think he took it with a, I think he took it with an ability.
Rusty Crow was in,
I don't even think he smited it. I think he took it with Nautilus, E? Yeah, I think it's his E.
I'll tell you in a second.
It was down to something like maybe 70 HP or something like that.
I'll be able to let you know.
And where does it go from here? It's 10-1. Team trying to scramble to get something on the map here. Cho'Gath defending his secondary turret.
It was his Q.
It was, oh my god, it was not Q? Jeez.
It looked like it was not Q because I didn't see his E going off.
Lionel Johnson Now in the bot lane here, he says, listen, I've traumatized top lane, and now I'm here to finally shut down your potential to carry your way out of this game. Mega flashes out of Ezreal. He's barely going to survive here. However, Tem has a different idea. The Nautilus Q just barely misses, dragging him back to the tower, and everybody lives in the end. A small, tiny little victory if you're on the side of Team. Never mind.
Well,
damn. And he's TPing
wow,
back. He says, listen, you're not taking anything from us. Rusty Crow not stopping. Gets the ulti. A nice charm. Yeah, double TP stacked on top of one another.
There's no tower.
Oh! Yep. How's it going, Pawn?
It is looking a little rough here for Team. Looking like the same scoreline from last game.
It is actually, it was 10K at 15 minutes last time. Just slightly less than they had in game 1 at this interval.
Not for nothing though. This Draven doing great.
Thank you.
Oh, they're looking for it. I don't think they win that. I think
I don't
Jace
think they win that. Yeah.
When you're that far ahead, you got that big of a level lead. I'm just gonna Blue's gonna pick up the Herald here. Ooh, Elves. I think he hit the thing in the wrong direction. Pens not gonna be able to get away from this one. Elves gets spotted out by the Jace.
Does get spotted out by the Jace. A nice knock up from 7 here, but he does not have any support. Draven is now here, yeah. But how much is that going to offer them? Yeah, Charm lands at the very tip of it, and Calico is going to be able to pick up the kill on 7. Man. It is a bad day when the Zillion has more gold than the enemy support, the enemy mid laner, and the enemy top laner, as well as the enemy jungler.
Ooh.
Draven is the only one that has more than their Zillion support right now, which is it's such a hard position to be in.
Yeah, that's hard to, because it's not even like it's just, oh, you can just play safe. It's like, well, I gotta get money somehow.
Yeah. Eventually, you're gonna have to be able to contest that soul point. I mean, fortunately, they did get that first dragon, but if they're not able to pick anything up on the map here, it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna matter.
I will be shocked if this game goes to soul point with the way it's been going.
True.
I want to believe. I really do. Especially because Draven has 0 deaths still. Which means he's sitting at almost 270 stacks of adoration. So if he gets a good cash in, maybe, just maybe, they can turn this thing around. Cho'Gath is at 6 minions out of 6 minions chomped, so only gonna be able to use that ability on champions and epic monsters now. But at least he's gotten the most value that he possibly can out of his ulti.
Yep.
Especially when you're behind.
He does not have something to keep an eye on. He does not have Mythic or a completed item in general, which is going to be rough for probably about another 10 minutes here.
What's he doing with the Fiendish Codex?
I don't know. I'd have to look back.
I would have thought full tank for this one. So I don't know if that's like Abyssal Mask or Demonic you wouldn't go Demonic Embrace.
I think he was looking Frost, what's it called? Oh man, and that's just so rough. A charm under tower here. Boonstra does not give a heck or a darn. However, Mega is on the chase. Is he actually able to secure a kill? He's really trying his best here.
He wants it.
There's just not enough health bars. Ooh, Lionel Johnson misses the shock blast. He is going to be able to survive for now, but we have Shelly just careening into their towers
say
here.
20 minutes, and we've already got an inhib broken. Only inhib tower standing. About to only be one inhib tower standing.
Pen's trying to get a sneaky little Q here in the wall. It shouldn't, amount to anything here.
At least they're, they're still looking.
Damn.
Full rotation, half health to the Cho'Gath. That silence might have just saved his life.
Tem is low, and they have quite a few healthy members here. CLT doing his best to chase them down, but they're so shifty.
They got the movement. They got the moves. They got the hands.
All right. Baron is available.
They're running right for
it. Team, go get it. Let's go.
Team probably, are they going to start it up immediately, though? Nope, because they know they have a ward there, so they know.
They are starting it up immediately here. Jace is right here. They have to hop off this Baron right now. Ezreal ulti comes through, chunks down their tank to 3/4 HP. Pen's doing his best to get out of here. One Ezreal Q will do it.
There it is. Jace is coming around. I mean, if Draven can get the kill. Oh, no.
Oh, no. And that's going to probably be game here. They're just running up to top side. A valiant effort from Team, and it's not over just yet. They do have Pens up in 8 seconds.
I believe. This is where legends are made. Let them remember your story.
Have to be able to keep these minions away, but they are already just right on the towers here. Draven is now here, gets a shock blast to the face out of the fountain. Pens with a nice hook here. Is it going to amount to anything? Rusty Crow trying to just stay in the mist here. And that's going to be game 2.
Woo.
Wow, what a series. What a bombastic series from Scorch here. To show that they are in a pretty dominant spot here at the front lines. This team is pretty scary. Every single game that I have watched them play has been pretty spoopy. Not for nothing, though. Team had some really solid moments. I think especially in game 1. Jarvan had some nice ganks to be able to push his team back in. And Mega tried his absolute heart out in this game 2 to propel his team forward. But just, the overwhelming force of Team Scorch here was just too much. Wish I could give you guys more competitive games. Don't apologize for anything. We're always here for the League of Legends.
Right?
We're just here for some
Look,
League.
We didn't see y'all give up.
Yep, true.
And that says enough. It was rough as hell, but didn't look like anybody was actually going out of their way to throw.
But I want to thank Josh for joining me in the Game 2 cast here. Woo! Huge shout out. If you guys enjoy gaming streams in general, we'll be gaming some Rainbow Six Siege in a little bit here. We have, if you enjoy tabletop RPGs, Marth's Dungeon. It is an original tabletop RPG that we do every single Friday. So make sure to check us out on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to support us, there it is right in the chat there, ! Patreon. You can click on the Patreon. We are currently working towards, I'm actually just going to mark it down to $250. $250 goal.
No, don't you fall back on this one. You commit, damn it. 300, damn it.
I gotta work the My Pillow guy angles. You know what I mean? The My Pillow guy, he stops in the middle of and he's like, I gotta interrupt this commercial to say that we are now currently 50% up. I'm gonna say for $250, we will be shaving our head. I've had these locks of hair for a very long time. I love this hair more than anything. However, I love my dreams more than that. If you support us on Patreon, get us that $250 goal. I will shave my head. It goes to a very good cause. Marth's Dungeon. is something that I strive to do better and better every single day. It helps pay for my artist. And yeah, it just we really appreciate all the support in general. Thank you so much for viewing, guys. Really appreciate it. We will see you at least, I don't know if there's any games in the meantime, but we will see you 100% Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the games then. And yeah, have yourselves a lovely rest of your evening. Take care, guys. Stay beautiful.